Hey guys, irontonauditor with you. Just figured I'd drop in and say hello again. As I said, I may from time to time just kind of drop in and give my thoughts and let them turn out among you all how they will go, I suppose. Um, I talked in a few videos ago about how important it is to and not only with with politics, right? Not only with religion, not only with school, not only with any particular topic, but everywhere in life, right? If you can learn to walk the line a little more and not stray so far left or right, right? Not get into those, as people like to call them, gray areas. Um, I found most things are not really so gray, and when forced to deal with the logic of the situation, most people agree in most situations that although human emotion, brought into the equation, being how I feel about it or how you feel about it, right? Um, Unfortunately, that's where gray tends to come from a lot, you know. And it's not that we uh, can't have emotion, right? I'm not like a Vulcan with no emotion or anything. The thing is I think that rather than controlling their emotion, rather than channeling their energy uh, into the emotion, right, and using that emotion to fuel their passions and dreams and desires, right? Instead of doing that, I think that most people are stuck in a place of uh, in a perpetual state of feeling, right? They go through life and they don't. How often do you think most people actually think about something, right? Outside of their job, in their private life, how many people actually spend time pondering something, thinking about a topic, you know? Um, it seems as if everyone goes through life feeling away, right? If you can learn to, and it's not easy, and it's not like I'm a master or anything, guys. I'm not trying to be uh, what they call those guys, guru. I ain't trying to be an internet guru or nothing. Y'all know me. I'm just a dumbass hillbilly that lives on a muddy hillside, right? Um, but I think if people could learn to do a little more thinking, a little more pondering in their life about things, instead of just thinking about how they feel about it. See, that's not the same thing. To sit around and be depressed and think about all of that is depressing you, um, wouldn't it be better if you were able to take that energy, right? That energy that is spent in those moments, or for some people with depression and anger and mania and things, it can go for weeks and years, right? Um, if you can take that anger, or you can take that hurt, or you can take that depression, all that energy, all that you're stuck in spending into that emotion, if you're able to take that energy, right, and change your state of mind, because these things, oh guys, there's so many things to say, but I don't know how to say everything. um, I don't think I'm exactly certified to teach a class, right, on emotion. I just see things in what seems like a logical way to me, right? Everybody's free to agree or disagree. Of course, I'm sure that I hope that at some point we'll be able to have conversations about these topics. Um, I don't claim to be right 100% of the time, but in my mind, of course, I would think I would, just like you would, right? Until presented with new evidence that would prove either a different point of view or uh, a different idea of things. But anyway, if you're able to take the energy that is being spent and channel that into a different emotion, right, for a different reason, um, It is as easy as that, although I will agree it's not as easy as said, right? There's a lot of that takes effort, and it's an inside effort, right? And it can't be done if you're just on download mode, right? If you're just on download mode all the time, or entertain mode where you're just always looking, you're playing a game, or you're always watching something, your eyes are always glued to that screen. That is an addiction, guys. I don't know how else to tell you. If you don't believe that you're addicted to the thing that you're listening to me on right now, then I guess the only way to test that would be to turn that phone off, lay it down, walk away, and not pick it back up, right? Now, I know everybody's going to say, well, I got to have mine for my job, and I got to have mine for my kids, and I got to have, and I get all that, right? I understand. If you're only using it for a phone, sure. See the difference? All of a sudden, everything changed, right? If you just use it as a phone or as an emergency way of contact, that's fine, right? But if that includes your most like that, it seems to me that the reason no one has any focus to do anything about how they feel so that they can think logically rather than feeling illogically, it seems as if their focus is being drawn away from them, right? That smartphone is smart because it knows how to get your attention and keep it. It also knows how to change your perception and ideas, right? You don't have to believe me. I don't care. Social media, all that stuff. Much like YouTube, like this kind of stuff. Guys, I so much believe in each and every one of you so deeply, right? I see the potential, and I have such a deep-seated belief in each and every one of you, because I know, because I know what you actually have the potential to be, right? I see the end product. I don't know how to get there, right? But one thing that I have learned in life, growing up the way I did, I grew up a little unique, I would say, and I've always been a little odd, kind of a misfit, you know. I guess that unique upbringing well, in my young life, it was me against the world, right? I didn't have nothing, less work for it, all that kind of stuff, and I worked my ass off, and so anyway, later in life, I find that all along the way, I had a little help. I had friends. I had family. People. Well, you guys know what friends and family are. Those people who you'll not only give your life for, but they will give you theirs if it has to be, right? Because not only are you their friend, they are yours, right? Family, kind of the same way, And I've learned that yeah, there is a certain amount of pride in doing everything alone. Of course, there is. Why wouldn't there be, right? Now, the question is that pride, right, when you can't do it alone, right, will that pride stop you, right, from accepting help? And it's not about begging. Like, I know that at least when it comes to friends and family that I know, it's not about begging for anything. Hell, most of the time, if they know you need something, you've got it, before you ever ask, that kind of thing, Anyway, my point is, we were never meant to do it alone, none of it, right? We as humanity goes, like worldwide, the population, the people, right? We were never meant to live alone and do everything alone by ourselves. You know why? Because we can't. It's impossible, right? There's no way that one person could raise enough food on his own farm and support himself with zero help. It cannot be done, right? Right. So it'd take a team of people to make sure all those products are at the store, so the guy working by himself or for himself, when he goes to the store, he cashes his paycheck, he goes to the store, somebody else has already worked to put all that there, but it still proves my point. Right? It still proves my point. No matter how much some people would like to, we were never meant to live as hermits. We were never meant to do it all alone. That's the reason we all struggle and work so goddamn hard to get through life. That's the reason it's so fucking hard, guys, because it ain't supposed to be. It's not supposed to be that difficult. It's not supposed to be a hard thing to do to live. Really, it's not. Financially, I can't do anything about, man. You got international bankers controlling that. They don't let me have none of that, right? However, your state of mind is yours to control. Um, when I say state of mind, um, you have to understand that, like, even a hit. You know what? Okay, let me use this as an example because this should, like, I hope this works. Um, I assume everybody out there has heard of hypnosis. Now, whether you believe in it or not is irrelevant. It doesn't really matter. My point is, that idea of a hypnotic state, right? That state where they do a countdown or swing a watch or a pendulum, whatever, metronome, anything. My point is that thing they call a hypnotic state of mind, right? Or a hypnotic state, right? That is nothing more than a state of mind, right? So you have to understand that every state of mind is a state of mind, including the state of mind you are in at this very moment while you're listening to the sound of my voice. The state of mind you are in is a state of mind. That's why they call it that, right? So a hypnotic state of mind is no different than any other state of mind. It's just a different state of mind, right? My point is that ultimately, the one responsible for the state of mind of each individual is the individual themselves. Now, I want you to think about that very clearly and understand what I'm saying, and without trying to pick out specific incidences that hurt a lot, right, because of the emotional value, you know, I just want you to see the logic, in what I'm saying. If you are upset about something, you can decide at any point along your upset journey to quit. If you're mad, right, if you're angry about something, you can choose at any time to stop being angry, right? I know it's tough, and trust me, I know when I'm mad, it's hard to turn off. Sometimes it can be hard to turn off for days. Sure, I can get angry too, right? However, at any time along those, I could have stopped. I didn't always know that. I didn't always get it because my emotions ruled me, right? I am only just now learning that, like, we should be ruling them. It seems to make so much sense, right? Why are we ruled by our emotions? Why do we go through our life only thinking about how we feel? Why do we not go through our life thinking and then feeling great about knowing? All right, guys, I'm not going to go on too awful long. I probably kept you longer than you wanted to be. I hope, I hope that my words have made a bit of sense. I hope that again, as I said, I'm just going to drop some things that go through my mind when it does, and I'll try to talk to y'all in bits and pieces, and hopefully I'll get a chance to go live soon, and we can have a little bit more formal conversation, because I'd like to hear what y'all think about some things, you know. I believe that we are in a terrible, terrible state of being in this place we call the United States. I'm scared because of the people. And, ain't got shit to do with the government. It's the people. The people are what scare me, right? Because I want you guys to know who you are. I want you to know that those people in Washington only have the power because you gave it to them, right? I want you to understand that that's actually ours. I want you to be able to walk through life and hold your head up high no matter what anybody says about you, because you know you, right? Because you know you, and those who know you know. I want you to know who you are. I want you to know how much power you have. You are just one tiny voice in a whole sea of them, sure, sure. But two together are louder, right? Three, that's just a third above. So, yeah, there you go. You keep going, and a third above. That don't math well, does it? There you go, some iron auditor math for you. Anyway, my point is 10 are louder than none. And so anyway, just like an election, if the people would truly speak instead of trying to speak through a ballot box, because even if you get to choose which one of the ones you put in there, you didn't really get to choose. You only got to choose between those. right? You you know, so your choices are still limited, and you can think whatever you want about that. I'm not here to debate the all of that today. I just so much hope to open y'all's eyes to the idea that you literally control, or excuse me, you can literally control how you feel. You can decide not to feel that, right? That is possible, and I don't care what anybody tells you. Um, you already know it is. There's some things in your life, everybody's had it happen, I'm sure, over something that you just have to think about it for a minute. There's been something before in your life that you thought you cared about so much, right? Something. And then later, uh, that thing lost all of its luster, and now you sit here this far ahead in life from that, however long ago that was, and it's not important anymore, right? No emotional draw, right? Even though then it was a highly emotional thing, right? So know that if you're feeling down, right? If you're feeling down, one of the best things that you can do is to get out of where you are. Because I would say that most of you who feel the worst are probably sitting alone. And let me be the one to explain to you that if you spend too much time alone feeling down, that's not good. You already know this, right? I don't have to go through all of it, but what you need to do is you need to learn to consider your situation instead of just considering how you feel or just sitting there in a lump and feeling bad. Learn to recognize that you feel that way. Like right now, I feel so fucking bad. I know I feel bad, and I don't want to feel bad. I'm going to try something. So get up out of where you are, and if you got a friend, go find them, go talk to them, spend some time with them, right? Go see your mother, go see your brother, go see your whoever, man. Just get up from where you are. Make yourself do it. You won't want to. It won't feel good, right? Trust me, I know. And it can be embarrassing. You don't have to tell me, I know. It can. Under certain circumstances, it could be incredibly embarrassing to have to face people, right? But if you do that, you will find that most of the time you're going to, I won't say, it's not like you're going to go out and like paint the town red. So I hate to use the words have a good time, but you'll have a hell of a lot better time than you had sitting there with your knees drawn to your chest wishing that you could die. You know what I mean? So knowing that people get there, knowing that it feels that way, right? You know, you've got to learn to recognize it. And then you have to be able to get up and channel that energy, right? You got to learn how to make your body move even when it doesn't want to. Make it get up, make it move, make your mind do it. Don't let it control you. All right, guys. I'll quit playing psychiatrist, I suppose. It's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to give medical advice, guys, or mental health advice per se. I'm not a doctor. Don't claim to be, right? I'm just saying, from my personal experience in life and my personal observation, as I am now 50 years old, I got 50 years of experience now of living life. And although that's not the most experience, I have thought a lot about certain things. I've come to find that no matter how much that guy over there, you might think he's a dumbass, I bet there's something he knows that you don't. Just saying. He probably may not know much because there's a lot of people that don't need to know much. You know what I mean? They don't give a damn if they ever know anything else or not, right? And it doesn't really matter. That doesn't make them useless, right? Makes them one of the we the people. So don't forget, you'd be surprised what you can learn from somebody you think couldn't teach you anything. Don't don't turn down those opportunities either, guys. Be wise. Learn to see the pearls of wisdom that people drop, even when it's a mid-conversation and they weren't really trying to be wise. You would be amazed at how much you can pick up on just in conversation, but that's if we can have them, right? And the only way to have them is for everybody to quit feeling, right? Start thinking, and start banding together. You know, we'll never agree on everything. So expecting that is redundant and ridiculous. And you know, if you're one of those people that think everything you believe is how the world should be and everybody else should just fuck off, then you should move somewhere where a country that's like that. You know, I've heard that China and North Korea and places like that are like that. You know, maybe you ought to take your happy ass on over there. That way everything is just like you want it. Right? Done because someone else said so. You'd be safe and happy and, you know, and all that stuff. Me personally, I don't care so much about security as I care about freedom. I would rather have dangerous as hell freedom. I won't trade a bit of it for any security promised by anybody other than me. You know why? Because morally and ultimately I am responsible for me. Always. Always have been. So I hope that everybody else feels that way. That's how it should be, right? There's always going to be problems, and there's always going to be some very small portion of humanity who is either sick in the head, right? I don't know how to term it. You know, they're either sick, twisted, or just, you know, just weird, wild, evil, whatever kinds of words you want to attribute to that. There's always going to be those who are not able to live like a normal life among people, right? Because they're going to be damaging people, damaging things, like that kind of stuff. You can't have that, obviously, right? And so there's always going to be that. But again, it's a small number because there's a whole fucking shit ton of us that live within arm's reach of each other, and we ain't hurting each other at any point. Think about that. Just saying. It's amazing. Guys, y'all know how I feel. I love each and every one of you. I say that. I think I've said that now for 3 or 4 years at the end of every live show. And the reason is because it's true, right? But you have to understand that love is not about how you feel. Now, I know everybody out there is going to try to tell me that love is exactly about how you feel, but let me explain it a different way. Love, here's the problem. Love can make you feel any emotion, right? Everybody should know that. Love should just be a happy, fun emotion, but it ain't. Hell, it's even made some people kill, right? Made people angry, made people hate, made people jealous. Right along with all the warm koozies that you get from love, you know, or supposed love, which is not really love, right? That's the feel-goods. The feel-goods could happen whether there's love or not, and love can happen whether those feel-goods happen or not. And the reason I say that is because, like, you love your kids, right? But you don't have that kind of relationship, right? But it's not a different love. Love is love. There is no different love. Now, how you choose to share your personal physical body with another has nothing in the world necessarily to do with love. You can do that with anyone, right? That much I think everybody kind of knows. Maybe it shouldn't be that way. I'm not here to decide the moral value of that, right? But the point is, love is not about how you feel. If it was, love would only feel one way. And we all know that's not true. Therefore, because you can feel every emotion with love, you can't attribute any of them to it because you can feel every one of those emotions from something that ain't love. That's how I know, beyond the shadow of a doubt logically, from a child's standpoint even, that love is not a feeling. Love is not something you feel. Love is something that you have chosen to do. That is love. Because you love them, you will do good to and for them. And if you don't do good to and for them, I don't give a fuck what you say, how you feel. You don't love them. You don't. You don't. You can't. You know, a parent might get so mad at their children that they absolutely, and you know, they may not mean it. They say, oh God, I hate you for what you've done. That's not what they really mean. They hate what they've done, but never would they be evil to their child. They would still do good for them. They would still feed them if they're hungry, right? Why? Because they love them. It wasn't about how they felt about it, right? See? Love is not really a feeling. Love is an action. I don't know why no one else has figured this out yet. And I don't know why I seem like the only one that's got it. Maybe I'm not crazy. But it seems to me that love ain't got nothing to do with how you feel. It's about what you do. Right? So if I love someone, then that means I will do good to and for them. Personally. Right? So whenever I say that to you all, know that I mean it. Know that I understand what it means. And I hope to get you all engaged on that, because that's usually a fun topic in person, when I can strike it up here and there about love not being about what you feel, because, the logic side of things kind of changes the game a little, Hence why I've talked a lot about, that emotional, let's see, how do I want to word this? How you feel is up to you. How you feel is up to you, right? Now, there are people who have to take certain medications, all that. I'm not, like, again, I'm not trying to be a mental health professional. It's not what I'm trying to do here. So, but I'm sure that they would be forced to agree with me that the only thing that could possibly in the whole entire world control your emotion is you. If you can't do it, they are forced to give you pills to try to help, because they can't do it either, right? So know that the only thing that will change your state of mind is you either doing it or allowing it to happen, right? No one wants to feel bad or hurt, right? Nobody wants to feel betrayed, but yet we still feel it, right? Right? But only if we choose to dwell in that thought and or action and emotion, right? If we choose not to do that, right? If you were getting ready to walk through two doors and one of them said pain and your worst nightmare, and the other one you looked over and it said everything you've ever wanted, which door are you going to walk through? Right, exactly, right? So the thing is, if you walk into the other room first, right, and it's absolute fucking torture as hell and you don't like it, turn around and walk the fuck back out of it and go in the other room. Quit being silly about it. That's my point. You don't have to stay there just because you found yourself there. Just like you don't have to continue a thought that starts in your mind. You can change it. You can decide to do something different. You can decide to break your own, your own chain of thought. Sometimes you have to interrupt that. Anyway, guys, I hope that you understand what I'm trying to do here. I hope you understand that I'm just trying to poke you in your mind a little. I'm trying to put a splinter in the back of your mind that forces you to awaken, right? Forces your eyes to truly open to what's around you, not to what you're viewing on a screen and feeling about, Ain't no wonder so many people got hurt feelings. Damn. Ain't nobody can keep their fee-fees put away long enough to act like adults no more. Ain't a whole lot of adulting going on in the real world no more. Just a bunch of people feeling some kind of way. And it's all crazy. And if you don't believe me, look at it. Just look at it. Look at people. Right. So guys, I really want to wake you all up. I want you to know who you are. I want you to have an understanding of who you are, how you're built. What part of that is your responsibility, right? And how to do it. So that, because, I'm learning myself. So, if we can all get together, see, here's the whole deal. By the time we ever wake up and get together, it's going to be too late, right? It's not going to stop me from trying. It's not going to stop me from trying. So all I've got is this. I've got a YouTube channel, right? And so I'm trying to use it to show people how to interact with others, whether they be cops, lawyers, judges, county clerks, right? No matter, city clerks, no matter who you interact with, just a stranger on the street, right? You guys have watched me now all this time interact with so many people. And We don't really get bad ones, right? And it's, it's because of demeanor, right? It's because of lack of emotion. It's because I won't allow my feeling to block you from showing me I felt wrong, right? I will take that hit, and I would love it. I might think very bad about you and find out it's not true, right? Stuff like that happens. So anyway, I hope that this thing about emotion, I hope you guys are starting to, I hope it's made sense. I hope you see that, like, it is within your control, only within your control. And if someone else is doing something to make you feel all these things, then you either need to get out of that, or you need a good old healthy dose of what I used to call mind over matter. Sometimes in life, and I say this to be funny, but also to be serious. So, sometimes in life, I always called it mind over matter, right? You have to learn not to mind so that at least to you it won't fucking matter, right? I mean, that's, sometimes in life that's all you can do. You can't control everybody. You can't control everything, right? And God knows we're all going to disagree about stuff. There's going to be stuff that you like that I don't. There's going to be stuff that I like that you don't, right? We've already had that in all this time, quite a bit. And yet on this channel, we've all managed to take our differences and put them aside while we were here, right? It's worked out great. We've had cops, we've had people who hate them. We've had auditors, and we've had people who hate them. We've had just regular old plain people, and we've had regular old plain people that hate everybody else, right? We've had it all in and out of this channel. In 4 years, it's been such a hodgepodge of people from everywhere. What a group. What an awesome bunch that we put together, right? Well, not we, you guys. I'm talking about you. You guys rode with me. You guys are amazing, right? All these differences of opinion and attitude, and every once in a while things broke out a little worse than we wanted, right? We're a little worse for the wear at the end. We didn't finish with as many as we started with, and got more after that too, right? You know how that works. But for the most part, we kept this whole core unit together for 4 years now, over nothing, right? With nothing happening, with absolutely nothing worth doing, right? But it was because we enjoyed the time, and we got along because we decided we were going to, right? And see, that's all it really takes, right? If everybody was like that with everybody else, oh my gosh, all of a sudden we have that we the people, that united we stand. We finally have that. That's all it takes, guys. That's all it really takes. That, and at some point we have to wise up. We have to wake up and realize that the reason our experience in life is bad, unfortunately, about 75% of that blame is actually on us. We'll go down that road another day, maybe. But know that if your experience in life is bad, and I'm not saying that there aren't bad things that happen to people, so don't try to go too far with me. It's not what I mean. If your everyday experience in the world, that there ain't nobody else trying to hurt you, rape you, beat you, nothing like that, right? Let's be clear here. Let's not get all crazy with stuff. If your average everyday experience, everywhere you go, right, and everything you do, no matter where you go or who you do it with in a month, just an average month, if it's really that bad, then you need to rethink the common denominator in all of those situations, right? Because that would be you. So if if life is that bad, you have to realize who to blame, right? Don't get caught up blaming everybody and everything but yourself and never get any better. Don't spend your present being a dick and using your past to justify it. That is called being a baby. I say grow up. I say, in spite of what happened to you in the past, be a better person just to spite them. Use that. Use that energy, right? Use that energy that makes you feel that way. Use that. Yeah, that's good energy. It's just in a bad emotion, that's all. In a bad thought line, in a bad thought pattern. All right, guys, I'll quit trying to be the mental guru. I just wanted to poke at your brain a little bit. And again, like I said, from time to time, I think I'll drop in like this. I'm going to try to get set up where maybe I can do at least one live a week, just to have a brief conversation, maybe for an hour or so, and discuss some topics, and maybe we can get some panel guests on, and we never know where it might go, right? Ironton Auditor, anything can happen. We've been kind of like the Walmart of the auditing world now for 4 years. We do it all under one roof. Hell, we've even delivered food. For crying out loud, we've done it all. So, anyway, guys, I'll leave you to it. And as I always say, and now you know I mean it, I love each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. Thanks for taking the ride, guys. And for the moment, Ironton Auditor out. And I'll catch you lovely people on the next run. Have a good night, everybody.
Scream loud, truth is a weapon cuts through the crowd. Fight for freedom, no change, no lie. See the fire in the people's eyes. On the streets where the brave hearts go, cameras roll and let the truth flow. Stand your ground, don't let them shove. Strength in numbers, we are the stars above. On the streets where the brave hearts go, cameras roll and let the truth flow. Stand your ground, don't let them shove. Strength in numbers, we are the stars above. United we stand, never alone. Voices like thunder, shake the foe. Freedom's name on every tongue. Seeking the truth, our anthem sung. Marching power corrupts, laws of silence they try to disrupt. Freedom's name on every tongue, seeking the truth, our anthem sung. Our anthem sung. I'm proud. Our anthem sung. Black boots marching power corrupts, laws of silence they try to disrupt. We are the people, we are the fight. Won't back down, stand for what's right. On the front lines, truth and justice. Echoes of power can't ever crush us. Rise up together, fists